Hey music fans! As a roadie, I had this great opportunity to tour with all these bands. I wrote a book about my experiences on the road, and it was the #1 new release on Amazon and Bios, and it's now sold millions of copies on Kindle. I'm Joel Roadie, and this is my podcast, Party Like a Rock Star. I'm going to bring you a treat next. So the treat is a band called NINGEN ISU. And NINGEN ISU started in the 1980s as well. They are out of Japan. And if you like Sakima too, these guys are really good as well. And so let's jump into that one and see what you think. Eric, of course, did like Sakima too, liked it a lot. If you guys didn't get to see that reaction and you're interested in doing so, you can do so here. But because he liked it so much, I thought it might be fun to play him NINGEN ISU, and he had time to do it, so we jumped into this together. It's such a good performance. It's so cool. So you guys can hear what Eric thinks about it. If you don't know who ERIC Dover is, you have heard him before. He actually did the intro music to my podcast. I haven't mentioned it on any of these yet, but that's Eric performing. Anyway, who else has he worked for? What else has he done? Eric has played with Slash's Snake Pit, Jellyfish, Alice Cooper, Imperial Drag, and his band Sextus. He's an awesome guy. He's a great human being. Let's jump into NINGEN ISU. Let's see what he thinks. Let's do it. Okay, so this is a band that I like to call the Mighty NINGEN ISU because they blew me away when I saw this. This was just a wow moment for me. It's a little bit longer of a track. It's 8.5 minutes. So the good thing is you'll get to sink your teeth into it, but it's a little longer. So anyway, we'll jump into this together and I'll see what you have to say about these guys.
Perfect.
しくしくじりばかりのこの私に満ち足りる日は来るだろうか夢の叶う日あるだろうか仏様シャバタバティオシャバタバティオシャバタバティオババッポッポシャバタバティオシャバタバティオシャバタバティオババッポッポ私の命に光を私の明日に光を全ての命に光を全ての明日に光を
Yeah.
Just gets better every time I hear that song. I love it.
Man, talk about just a tour de force of awesomeness. That song was ripping so hard.
It's so good.
There's a lot of things I want to say about this track. First of all, the way that it's written is very well thought out and beautiful. And it's like you think you're listening to Soundgarden for a minute, like in places, you know? But man, that SG is just ripping. Like, he's got a great hand. His guitar solo was off of the fucking chain, beautiful.
Yeah.
It was like it wasn't that well studied either. It's almost it's like a little bit of psychedelia in there too, which I think makes it even better. And just like the whole package with this, I wish I knew what the words were, obviously, but
Yeah.
I was still feeling it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can cheat. You can watch it on YouTube. You can push the button where you see the captions. I can't do it on these. I don't know how to, but I hear
It
you.
kind of doesn't matter because I'm like so blown away by the musicality and just how well that song was written. It just had so many different little crevices of coolness that, like when they went into that kind of bridge riff, I was like, yeah, baby, like
Yeah.
that's totally like throwing it to me. I loved it.
Yeah, I think they're great. So here's a thought. This band is not huge. They're a band called Asterism. And I think it's cool to support these new guys. So they just came out with a track a couple months ago. It's called Garenge Demon Slayer. And when I checked it out, it's awesome. And it doesn't have as many views as it should. So I want to see what you think of these. Really, they're kids. They're young for real. And so we had a bit of the old guard with NINGEN ISU. Why don't we try the new guard and see what we think? And I'm intrigued to see if you think these kids are as good as I do. So let's jump into that.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. I now have a Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Discord, and even a Patreon. The Patreon you can join for as little as $1. The handle on all of them, it's of course, Joel Roadie. I'll see you guys on the next one.